Man, it changed a lot on Twitch, I think. It's been such a long time. I made a spreadsheet to keep track of when the last time it was that I streamed. It's been a minute. It's funny, I had Valorant selected earlier, and then I changed it to Warframe, and then it's just like, well, Warframe is potentially for mature audiences only or whatever, and it's like, well, what the fuck is Valorant? I mean, I guess people in Valorant don't get cut in half. Um, yeah, last time I streamed on Twitch was 65 days ago. Last time on YouTube was 52 days ago. Last, I also have separated for games. I've never streamed some Monster Hunter games like 3U and Try and Freedom 1, I think. Or at least not like specifically streaming, because I think I have shown it, or I have shown it on stream before, but yeah, it's been 862 days since I last streamed Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. And if you think that's bad, or, well, I guess it's not really bad necessarily, I haven't streamed God Eater 2 for 1,572 days, but it's not like I'm in any rush. Anyway, get back to that. I changed the ad options in Twitch so that it's at the minimum, because I don't honestly know why I had them set to not the minimum. It's not like I'm really going to make much money from this, if so. Hopefully that makes it less annoying, but it's just still Twitch. I would rather not have any video. Or, sorry, I'd rather have no video ads while I'm streaming, but now I've set it to the minimum at least. I believe we have... Yeah, we got quality options. That's cool. I feel like some people don't like watching on Twitch, which is super fair. Because Twitch does not exactly... It's not very viewer friendly, in my opinion. Which is funny, because Twitch is like the streaming platform. I don't know. To me, it's always annoying to watch shit on Twitch.
There is a large
Because, you know, ads. They're everywhere. There's so many. It sucks. What the fuck is that? Wait, what? I haven't played Warframe in a long time. Oh, I'm almost dead. What were those icons? Is it showing me she's resistant to slash and fire? That's cool. That's new. You get damaged by steam there? I don't know if I've ever noticed that. Anyways, I just wanted to stream. I've been wanting to stream for a minute, but I also kind of wanted to play Warframe because Wisp Prime came out. She puts down arc traps. And so I took two things that I want to do but couldn't really get around to, playing Warframe and streaming, and I smashed them together. And so helps me do both. Rather than neither. This manic is being annoying. Argon crystals. Oh, yeah. These are. I don't have the names on, but these are like Night Watch or whatever. I think. During these alerts, Argon crystals can drop. Normally, those are restricted to the void tile. Yeah. I want to say this area is darker than usual too, because of like it's Night Watch. I think it's always darker. They try to make it spooky or whatever. Wisp is a nice Warframe. It's important to me somewhat because I switched to Wisp after playing Ivara for a while. And the reason I switched off of Ivara is because I just felt like I kept fucking with Ivara, and it felt really bad. I think I might have stopped playing for a bit, and then when I came back, I was like, well, I'm not gonna fucking play Ivara, because who knows what else they're gonna do to her. And it's stupid, because it's not even like Ivara was like an extremely popular Warframe. They just kept fucking with her for no reason. There was a bug that they fixed, quote unquote, but it was a bug for many years, and I had gotten used to it. So at that point, I argue that it's just functionality and how it worked, and they should have just kept it how it was. And it just made me feel bad when they removed stuff like that without adding anything or without fixing the problems that she has. But this is something that you don't really notice unless you play a shit ton of her. And it's stuff that doesn't really even matter too much. The same with the bug that they fixed, which is why it sucked so much, but whatever. Anyway. Hey Sorok, how's it going? You got 10 hours tomorrow? Oof. Nice from Unga Bunga, yeah. Thanks, I hope you have a good 10 hours tomorrow. Sounds rough. Is that work or school? Either way, hopefully it goes well. Thanks for checking in. I usually work night shifts. That's what I got off today. Sometimes it's really short, which is really nice. Because I don't know, I can only take so much of a night shift, I guess. When it gets late at night, I guess I get stuck in my own head, and I'm usually alone, so it doesn't help. But, you know, I'm sure I'm not unique, but I just, in this, I just start thinking and stuff. I think everyone does that, right?
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
Work, oof, yeah, gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah. I feel that. I wish we didn't, though. That'd be cool.
Inbox messages await the operator. I wonder what they say.
Later, Sirach. Hope you have a good one. Yeah, I would be streaming this on YouTube. I would prefer to be doing that for a handful of reasons. It's where I'm most known.
Right. Welcome to my bazaar. Tenno from all over the system come here to trade.
It's where I'm most known, and also I just have more control over the ads, which I really do think are a substantial barrier to people enjoying or sticking around to see if they enjoy. But my Twitch streams are much more off the cuff anyway. Not to say that I plan out my YouTube streams, because I don't really. But, you know, I like to have a little bit of structure, I suppose, like, somewhat. At least with like Sunbreak, I was just, or with Rise and Sunbreak, I was progressing through the game. With something like Warframe, it's not really a game that you progress in. you just play it, you know? I mean, there's obviously progression to be had, and there's goals to be met, but you know what I mean. I watched a video today, I shared it in the Discord about, someone who has like 10,000 hours or some shit like that. I don't even have that much. And how they're saying it's a great game, but they started off with, yeah, the Duviri Paradox came out, and I can't help but think I just do not give a shit. Because it's so true. I want to say that that's a somewhat common sentiment with Warframe players. Once you play enough, you're just like, man, I don't fucking care, dude. Which I think is somewhat good, somewhat bad. Somewhat, inevitable, somewhat avoidable. It's a perfectly imperfect game. I think that's great. For what it is. Ain't no game gonna be perfect, but honestly I think Warframe gets closer than some other ones. And the only reason I'm so critical is because I'm so close to it, you know what I mean? Something he said was, he liked the art style, like the art style was the initial draw to the game. And I cannot understand that. Personally, I think the art style for Warframe is the weakest part of it. It just looks so stupid. I don't know. The game has always looked like things are made out of clay, if that makes sense. Like, look at this gun. You're gonna tell me, is there a way I can, like, fucking... I never look at the guns because it's a third-person shooter, but, like, look at this shit. Like, this one's kind of cool, but it just looks stupid, dude. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong, there's some that look cool, but, like, look at this, dude. What the fuck is that? What is that? What is that supposed to be? This is just a grenade launcher. That's a skin, though. This one's kind of cool, because it's like a shotgun, but I think it just has 4 barrels on it. This one's just stupid looking. This one's stupid looking. It's just a big bow. This one's kind of fine, honestly. Kinda, because it just looks like a normal gun, but that's just grenade shit, right? Here's a corpus thing. This just looks stupid. I think this is the one that's supposed to be a briefcase that opens up, and that's a really cool idea. But I don't think that ever gets translated into game. This one looks kind of cool, I think, or not cool, but like it looks fine, and I like how the flex rifle works. So, Exteltra looks pretty fucking dumb. Not gonna lie. This one looks like an Unreal Tournament weapon, which is kind of cool, honestly. The Ambassador's got a cool functionality, and I want to say it looks fine. Just, you know what I mean? Whatever. But I was thinking, like, what's the earliest weapons in the game, right? The ones that they added, like at the start of the game or whatever. That's new. Oh, cool. Cuervos. You know, like the Bratton. It's just, that looks fine. Kristen looks kind of whatever. My friend is always like really critical of games with guns and like how they look and how they function and stuff. So I'm sure if I showed this to him, like I think the Corinth is cool. I like the Fulmin for the most part. I like the functionality of the suppressor coming off. But yeah, my friend would see this and he'd just be like, "Why? Like what the fuck?" like, like the Grinlock is cool, but it also just looks kind of dinky. The Gorkata is like iconic, but I don't know. It's just whatever. Anyway. I've always thought that the art style looked whack in this game. Still do. But I got used to it, and some things look nice, and some things I just got used to. So. And not to mention how the weapons feel like kind of whatever. They don't really feel like impactful a lot of times, which is funny. Anyways, I'm here for Wisp Prime. Let me do that. Have any of this? No, I don't. Good. Great. I love that for me. Here we are at this screen again. Let's see. Fucking big. How do I small? The common feeling, right? How do I small? Lich. Yeah. How do I small? If only. Cool. That's what we need. Let's do Lith first because it's somewhat less annoying. Wait, do I have a... Fair enough. And we go back to Hepit, like we always do. To a certain point, there is a bit of fun to be had. Having so much knowledge of the game. Don't get me wrong, I think that's pretty cool to just know what to do and where to go, but at the same time, this is a prime farm. You know what I mean? This is how you farm relics, Lith relics rather. Not the only way, but this is the main way, you know what I mean? This never changes. That wouldn't be a bad thing, but there have been many prime frames and weapons, and this is how you go about farming one of the things. You know what I mean? Like, that's a problem. Hey, we got one. It's a problem, dude. Like we just we do the same thing over and over. I've done this hundreds of times, probably. Oh, it's a rare. I'd rather the rare one be the Lith anyways, because they're so fast to get. I don't want a red share, dude. I don't want to fuck around. Oh god, there's also... whatever, I just... I don't want to fuck with the thing. I guess. God damn it. Kinda do, though. There's an external program called Warframe that will tell me the value of the items that drop, so I know which one to choose. But to use it, I need to start it and then start the game. To restart the game. I think. Pretty sure. Oh yeah, there's a new feature to like find squads for shit, which is really cool. And could be in the game. Give me one sec, sorry. This is me doing an apologize. Why the fuck? So yeah, not much has been going on for me. Just been working and to organize and sort out my life. Okay, so it should be working. Probably not. Probably not. This shit never seems to work for me, but that's fine. Let's do this with excavation, with rescue. Let's just do rescue. It's faster. W3? Oh, it is working. That's good. Wow, these are all cross-platform users. I wish it would tell me like what oh, I'm still playing Wukong, whatever.
We need to find and liberate the hostage before any harm comes to them.
I wish it would tell me what platform they're on.
We can't leave without rescuing the prisoner. Keep searching.
One of my favorite things about Warframe is the movement. It's really good. There's a really... I mean, now that I've played it so long, and I've grown to be accustomed to it and all that, there is a very fine degree of movement.
Act open.
There's a lot of
Find out what's inside.
nuance to the control of your character, which is really cool. And I'm sure that's just the way like most games are, but you know. I'm so good. We have an MR2, let's go! I'm not gonna lie, I saw Gauss on the minimap, and I thought it was Excalibur.
For me, I've got some scores to settle.
I really like how it shows the Warframe that people are playing and not their glyph. It'd be kind of neat if you could like choose one or the other, but I really like seeing the who they're playing, you know, and like how I can work around that. Because there is, believe it or not, some degree of teamwork in this game, depending on what you're doing. Things to keep in mind, I suppose. Come on, Mag. Sink or swim. You can do it. Oh, they just did a hard landing. Yeah. Bullet jump, bro. Yep. Okay. And we didn't get it. I'm gonna get Forma. Well. Yeah, I'm gonna get Forma. Well. I get Cora. I guess I could use some duckies.
You've done your part, Tenno.
I used to, for a time, I used to keep track of like what Barrow was selling and share it with my clan. Like every 2 weeks, was it? Is it every 2 weeks or every week? I'm pretty sure it's every 2 weeks. But every time we'd come around, I would go in and screenshot it and share it with the homies.
find our target and bring them to the extraction point.
Jesus. Yeah, I hope you're not in a dark room right now. With that fucking flashbang when you enter the void.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno. We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them. Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
I guess there's a lot going on with me. The only limiting factor is money. I guess it's just, you know, tale as old as time, right? It sucks it has to be that way. I was thinking, you know, sometimes people fuck their lives up and then they have kids and they try to do right by their kids. You know, they try to make sure that their kids have a better life than they do, at least. It's very selfless. It's very tragic. But not everyone does that. You know? Makes me think of my mom, my dad. Makes me think of their parents. Where did they go wrong? Like, I can't just blame my parents. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck? You know what I mean? Seems like my parents' fucking suck. That's all I'm saying. My parents deserved better. I know for damn sure my mom did. I never really talked about my family much. There's a reason for that. But, yeah, I don't know. Anyway. It would be cool, that's all I'm saying. If I could justify, like, dropping, like, $100 or, like, even $200 or $300 on, like, you know, a VTuber thing. Have I looked at this? I think I have, yeah.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction.
Being a content creator is cool. Let's talk about that, right? When I was a kid, right? I wanted to be a clown. Some heady lore for you. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, I guess I could probably say why, but you know, other people were like, "Oh, I want to be an astronaut or a fireman or whatever the fuck." I just wanted to be a clown. I want to make people laugh. It's what I was good at. It's what got people to like me, I guess, you know? After that, because I was a kid, I grew up a bit, and I thought, oh, I'll be a pro skater, Lamau. Because, I don't know, skateboarding is cool. That didn't really last long. I'm not really the athletic type, I suppose, you know? I'm not into sports, and skating is a sport.
Find, capture, and extract our target.
Honestly, thinking back, I'm not sure why I thought that. I guess I needed something. Everyone has something, right?
Mission complete.
Sometime in high school, I met up with some people.
Extraction point. Well
We were
done.
good friends at the time. It got me into music. Up until then, I'd been playing Guitar Hero. And Guitar Hero kind of helped me realize and appreciate the work and the effort and the skill that went into playing music, which is funny, right? But hey, I mean, if it's not one thing, it's another, right? I never really listened to much music before then. My mom would play like Guns N' Roses or like the Scorpions she really liked in the car. But I never really listened to music at all, like on my own. Up until high school. I wonder if anyone else has a Lith W3. That'd be pretty lit. Hey, there's more cross-platform people. Yeah, when I went into high school, the dude that I met first, he was really into Judas Priest. Probably still is. Judas Priest is cool. I really like Painkiller.
Rescue mission.
I have roots in metal, heavy metal, I guess.
Hostage before any harm comes to
Me, I got more into I'm not sure, man. Like I would listen to Painkiller. I would listen to Metal Meltdown actually. I would listen to Judas Priest, because you know he liked it and he said, "Hey, bro, you gotta listen to Judas Priest. It's really cool." So I did. I don't know how or when, but then I eventually started listening to Iced Earth a bit. Iced Earth is pretty cool. But also a bunch of Megadeth. For some people, they really like Metallica, and that's fair, I guess. But I think Megadeth is way fucking better for a lot of reasons. But yeah, I also listened to All That Remains and Lamb of God because they were in Guitar Hero. It's kind of funny, I guess. From there, I just listened to a handful of other stuff. So the story was I was gonna start a band with those people that I met and you know, because again I was just lost. I was just drifting through life,
finish your mission and we'll take a
trying to
look inside.
figure out something and gain some sort of foothold and some sort of meaning in life. Nice. And yeah, it didn't really work out. So after that didn't work out, I met up with another friend, and he said he knew someone who was also looking to start a band, make music, whatever. And then we met up and hung out, etc. And my ping is 1,000. Okay, I think the stream is still okay, but my fucking ping in game right now is 1,600. What the fuck? It is consistently 1,600. Now it's 13. Anyway. Yeah. So we met up, talked a bit more. He said he really liked In Flames. In Flames is a good band. It's another one I knew from Guitar Hero. Oh boy. Well. Let's see. What else? We both started listening to more like progressive music, you know? I used a program. So I heard Dillinger Escape Plan on this one like channel on TV. You know, they have like channels towards like the end, like in the 800s or some shit. where they just play music, and Dillinger Escape Plan was actually playing on there, and that was kind of neat. And so I knew of them, and I also knew of Protest the Hero, their song Palms Red, and I don't remember. I think I heard it first as a custom song in Guitar Hero World Tour, where you could make your own music, right? Or like, you know, write your own songs and shit. And someone made a chart for Palms Red, and it's funny because it's palms red, right? Like palm reading, like their hands. But the icon they made was like a palm tree. It's so fucking dumb. Anyway, I thought the song was really cool, and I thought it was like an original song by that person. But then later on, I saw Protest the Hero, I think through Pandora. Yeah, go figure, Pandora. I I found like maybe I think I found Protest the Hero through them, so it's a net positive. Anyway,
Here that is vital
yeah, and so I realized, oh, Palms Red.
holding location.
That's a song I know. That's a real song, like not just a Guitar Hero song. Anyway, so Palms Red, fucking Protest the Hero, Gojira. Did I mention Gojira yet? There's a website that like you can put in one band and like it'll link you up to like similar bands. There's a handful of websites like that, I'm sure, but I typed in Lamb of God and Gojira came up, and so I checked out Gojira and found out that I liked pretty much all of their music.
We don't
So that's cool. And I was also kind of into Tool at that time as well. So just a lot of progressive music. I don't know. I don't know when, but just other ones like Dream Theater I liked a little bit of. Much later on I really liked Thank You Scientist. I still really do. Just don't listen to him a whole lot anymore. Thank You Scientist I actually think of as like similar to my own writing style. Like the note choice and stuff like that, kind of similar, I suppose. But yeah, we were writing music and working together for around 10 years. And then slowly we started drifting apart, and then one day we had a disagreement over something really fucking stupid. That's usually how it goes. And then, long story short, they basically they didn't want anything to do with me anymore. And it's just really funny because it's like we've known each other for 10 years. Like, you know, we were really, really good friends. And, you know, we knew each other a lot. We developed our own writing styles to get alongside each other. It was a great time. We developed our humor style together. You know, we grew up together basically. I mean, as much as you can over 10 years. And to a certain point, I understand, and I completely think it's okay for them to do that. I don't really care. It's their choice. That's fine. But the reason they did it, and what's it called? The reason they did it, and how fast they dropped me, I guess, was I don't know. I just don't think it was cool of them. But and I used to think like, you know, maybe maybe they'll talk to me again. Maybe they'll message me and say, hey, whatever, you know, let's work through it, because we've done that before. That's what friends do. Is you know, you talk through it. Where the fuck did our fourth go? Anyway, um, but no, and you know, the more time that goes on, the more I felt like even if they did approach me again and wanted to be friends again, I don't know if I would anymore. I don't know if I could. I guess that's fine, right?
The captive has been secured. You've done your part, Tenno. We'll take it from here.
So from there, it was rough because I had thought, this is my life goal. Me and my friend are gonna write music, we're gonna play music, we're gonna record music. We're gonna get our shit out there. We're gonna grow a following, get a fan base, have a lot of fun, meet a lot of cool people, make an impact on people's lives. Inspire people. Beautiful shit like that, right? Very naive, maybe,
This is a rescue mission. We need to find
but
and liberate the
that was the
hostages
goal. That was the
before any
plan.
harm comes to them.
And then it just, I got rug pulled, I guess. Again, they had every right to do so, but it was hard. So for a while, I was really, really lost, and then towards the end of our, I guess, partnership or whatever, towards the end of all that,
We can't leave without rescuing the prisoner. Keep searching.
I'd started working more on my YouTube channel, and I particularly had started getting more traction on my YouTube channel, and so I just kept with it and kept working on it consistently, and lo and behold, my shit kept growing. And so I kept with it. It's funny how having people tune in can help you consistently work on something like that, right? Beyond just passion, because God, me and my friend for 10 years were working together. I have hundreds of songs written and ready to be recorded, and hopefully will be eventually, but we'll just have to see.
Hurry up.
And
Running out of time.
I've met and talked to people since then and everything, and maybe I still can, maybe I still will write, record, and perform music one day. I've been meaning to stream like making music and stuff, but I don't know how that would go. Might just be fun to fuck around with. Just slap some distortion on some 808s.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
So yeah, that's basically how I started getting into like YouTube and content creation. Honestly, most people don't just like choose to do it and then do it. I don't know. And it's not to say that I'm like particularly okay. I think it would be very unfair for me to say that I'm not successful, because I am quite successful actually, surprisingly so. Fuck's sake, dude. I need Hildren. Wait, no, I have one though. Right? What? This is confusing me. What? It says that I have one, but not crafted. But in game, it doesn't show that I have one. So. It's funny too, like, I like making people laugh. I've always liked making people laugh. I feel like eventually, over time, I've gotten better at it. I've gotten more patient. Because I used to be very... Oh, I do have it. Fuck's sake. Whatever. Oh, I can make this. Holy shit. Yeah, let's go. One more argon to make that too. Interesting. We'll consider it. When I was younger, I used to be really fucking annoying, dude. I've heard this one thing where it's like, if you don't look back and dislike who you saw you were before,
We received intel
that means you just haven't like grown or something like that. Like, you not liking who you used to be is proof that you've grown. I don't know if I completely agree with that, but it's not like it's useless. You know, it's kind of worth keeping in mind a little bit. There's no harm in not liking who you used to be or how you used to act or whatever, right? And even now I'll say, like, you know, oh, I got the other Archon. Yeah, even now I'll say that. Even now I'll say who I was a month ago, 2 months ago, is quite different. And I think that's okay, you know? Yeah, I used to be annoying, though. I used to be a fucking idiot. Don't get me wrong, I still am. But at least now it's more focused. That makes sense. I used to... When I was younger, I used to just, like, watch people and listen to them, because... I don't know, I used to hang around people, you know? I didn't hang out with them. Like, during lunchtime at school and shit like that. So I spent a lot of time just watching people, I guess. Not, like, intently or intensely or anything like that. I just kind of was around them. But I think it's really interesting, like, I guess with anything, you can just take your time and take a step back, you know what I mean? Conversations with people,
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base.
I guess it depends on who you're talking to, but there's a certain rhythm that you can get into with people. There's a pattern that you can find, you know, there's a rhythm that you can find yourself in. And I don't know, I guess I've kind of found that I can find that rhythm a bit easier now. Something also is, like, I've seemed to think that, like, people have archetypes. People usually, like, you know, conform to one or another archetype, and it makes me think, like, what kind am I guess. And it's not even like I can say, like, oh, he's a jock, or, you know, she's a whatever, right? It's not necessarily like that. I just think, like, oh, this person reminds me of this person, and this is how they acted, and so I use that as, like, to keep in mind, I suppose, right? Something I'll do a lot now is because I think I have some sort of ADHD, go fucking figure, huge surprise, I know. With what I say and how I say it. Anyway. I have a coworker who seems to be frustrated very easily with things, and maybe it's just, what's the word? Nice. Maybe it's just, Jesus, what is it?
Your part is done here, Tenno.
Projecting. But a lot of times when I see her get frustrated, I'll be like, oh, that's RSD, isn't it? That's rejection sensitive dysphoria, right? Like, that's not her fault. She's not being a baby, she's not being whiny, like, she just feels intensely bad when she feels like she's failed. And I feel that. I know what that's like. And it sucks, you know what I mean? Like, so I just try to keep that in mind. And even if it's not RSD specifically, maybe it's like similar sort of reactions, I suppose, if that makes sense. I don't know. I think being compassionate, if that's the right word, is important, just in general. Remember the human and all that. But like in real life. Oh fuck! I didn't mean to do that. This looks like a noob and a pro playing together. I don't want to mess with their steez. It'd be really funny if I pulled them out with me though. I didn't. But yeah, you know. It's like the more you interact with people, the more you can kind of figure out what kind of person they are and how they're gonna act. Is that one thing where it's like art imitates life, I think? But a lot of times life imitates art a lot, which is funny. Like people, monkey see, monkey do. People will subconsciously pull from experiences and pull from media. And media is often over exaggerated. So I don't think it's very good to do that, but people do it nonetheless. And so a lot of times, people will just act silly in like unrealistic ways, but that unrealism becomes real, I suppose. Oh god. Oh, okay.
There is a prisoner here that is vital to our operations. Search for the holding location.
I don't know. But yeah, there's certain types of people that I really like, and like there's certain types that I try to keep an eye out for. Like sometimes people just need help, Like sometimes people don't talk much, or sometimes people don't feel like they can talk much. Maybe some people are a little scared to speak up, whatever. I've always kind of been like that. Or like, if I'm in a group, and I notice someone wants to say something, but like they feel cut off or something, it's always so fucking jarring to me that nobody notices that shit. I don't know. Like, come on, guys. Anyways, I always try to make sure, like, if someone wants to say something, that they have the room and the space and the time to say it.
The relic has been cracked open.
And maybe it's just because I have experience with that. I don't know, dude. This is weird. Because don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm some sort of mastermind. It's not like I'm an expert in dealing with people. Not like I have 10 in charisma or 20 or whatever. Believe me, I wish I could talk to people like some people do. But I guess the reason I have so much trouble with talking to some people is because of how much more careful I am, I guess. Even in some cases that I shouldn't be, or I don't have to be, I guess.
Give me a weapon and I'll watch your back.
Hmm.
The captive has been secured. You've done your part, Tenno. We'll take it from here.
Something about content creation and video making and stuff like that, I've always kind of been interested in it. I mean, I've had videos. My first video was, I think, in 2008. And, was that my W3? Probably was. No, it wasn't. Still need more Tracy's, though. I've always kind of wanted to make videos, I would watch YouTube a lot. I think my first account on YouTube was like in 05 or something. I don't remember. I don't remember, because I think I had 2 accounts. But, yeah. I would watch a lot of YouTube. I watch more now than I used to, but, I used to watch, like, funny stuff. And I'd think, oh, I'd like to do stuff like that. It'd be kind of fun to make funny videos and shit like that. And I used to have this problem of just not having videos to edit to practice on and stuff like that. And so that's why I try to tell people. I'd like to let people know, like,
Is a rescue.
if you ever think like my streams or whatever, really anything,
Harm comes to them.
like you think you could like edit them to make it funny or something, if you want practice or some shit, then feel free to just rip that shit off YouTube and you know, just share it with me. That's the only thing. I want to see what dumb shit people do. Because it's like when I was first starting out, it's just like I don't have like I want to work on editing. I want to practice editing videos and shit and making funny things, but I just didn't have any videos, and so my first things were, especially with fraps, dude. Good God, with Shadowplay, it's so much different because funny shit happens all the time. But back in the day, back in my day, when I had to walk uphill both ways to get to school, if you wanted to make a funny video, you had to push record and record X amount of minutes and hope that something funny happened within that time. And that's fucking horrible. But yeah, that's what I did. A couple of times I would just, they say hit F9 because that's definitely. Anyways, yeah, I would open up fraps and I would go into my favorite video game of the time or whatever. I didn't have a plan. I still don't have a plan. And I'd hit that motherfucking F9 button. And then I'd pull it into Vegas because that's what I would always use. And I would try to make it funny. And you can see the results of that in some of my fucking stupid videos. I literally made a Freedom Unite video. It's like one of my first ones on my channel. And it's so stupid. It's just bad. It's got like an MLG edit, which I think is messed up because I accidentally muted a thing that I didn't mean to mute. You know? Not to mention my Kieran video, which doesn't have music at all because I just fucking forgot to unmute the track. Shit happens, you know. It's fine. It's okay. Yeah. I used to make like MLG parody videos or like parts. I thought they were funny. I don't really think they're funny anymore. But that's the fun thing. That's the cool thing about making things. Yo, Volt, you didn't get enough. That sucks. It's the cool thing about like making videos and shit, or making anything. That's how I felt about my music. Was like, even if I don't like what I'm making necessarily, even if this song that I'm writing isn't like 100% perfect in my opinion, if I like it enough to work on it, it's worth finishing because I can never know what I make, like how people will receive it. Like a song that I wouldn't really think is very good might be somebody's favorite song ever for a time. And I think that's fucking beautiful, dude. And the reason I started making Freedom Unite guides in the first place was because I was dissatisfied with the current state of content surrounding that. Specifically Freedom Unite guides. Because I was playing through the game at around 2012 in high school. I don't remember when, but yeah, I found the game. I was like, hey, this is like that game that I saw, which I thought was Dark Souls, but it was actually Monster Hunter in like a magazine and shit. And so I played it, and I stopped playing Freedom 1 because it was horrible. And I started playing Freedom Unite, I think, with Longsword, and I was like, this is way better. And the rest is history. But the problem is, every time I looked up a guide video or something, it was fucking not good. Not very good. And that's a cool thing, I think, you know what I mean? Like, not liking something and thinking I could do better and then doing that is fucking cool, dude. And so from that experience, I thought to myself, yeah, dude, if someone sees my work or hears my work, etc., and thinks this is not very good, I want to do better, and then they do better, that would make me so fucking happy. You have no idea. Because that's literally me, you know what I mean? I'm in this post and it makes me uncomfortable. I just, you know, I think that's cool. And so, even if sometimes I'm making something that I don't really think is very good, there's two things that I think about. There's one is I'm not the one who's going to be watching the video or the listening to the music when it's done, right? Like that's going to be the audience. And it's not really for me to decide whether or not something is good or not. You know what I mean? Like that's really not for me to decide. Like yeah, to myself it is obviously, right? Like if I like something or not, I obviously can have an opinion, sure. Especially on my own things, I can definitely think like, oh, the first music I ever wrote is fucking dog shit. But someone could hear that and be like, yo, this shit kind of fire though. You know what I mean? And that's cool. It's kind of neat.
Don't suppose you have an extra gun?
And same with my videos, you know. And so sometimes I just try to keep that in mind. And also, not to mention, very important, an imperfect but finished project is always better than a perfect but unfinished project, if that makes sense. So I would much rather have an imperfect video released and music released rather than not have anything out, because I don't think it's good enough to come out yet. That being said, there is a difference between poorly made and not made at all. So a lot of my music is just not made yet. Just one day. Ooh, I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have Revenant. What was I saying? Yeah. Inspiration from dissatisfaction is a very interesting thing, and I try to keep that in mind. I've learned a lot of things. I've become, I think, wiser in certain things. And I think a big part of being smart and wise and all that shit is just chilling out, dude. You know? Just don't take things so seriously. You can be passionate about something while not being a fucking idiot, if that makes sense. There's a thing called the Dunning-Kruger effect, which I think is very important and more people should consider. Where, what's that one quote? It's like, the only thing I know is that I know nothing, or something like that. Just, there's a reason that I always try to pretend to be an idiot. Well, okay. Anyway, there's a reason, you know what I mean? That I try to humble myself with others, because for a lot of reasons, part of that is being like, yeah, I really don't know everything, you know? Like, I can take things seriously and still, like, pretend to be fucking stupid, because I know I am stupid to a certain point, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's why I fucking hate people like Neil deGrasse Tyson. They take themselves so goddamn seriously. He's such a prick, dude. Anyway. Just don't take things so seriously. I have a coworker who, like, I swear talks out of his ass so much. And it's funny because, like, literally, I don't know, man. I'm not really one to say, but if you make jokes and references and shit, and it's just like actors and like popular music, you sound so fucking basic, dude. You sound like you have absolutely nothing of interest to say. If you're like, you know, I don't know, dude. Like, the guy's a cool guy. I don't want to be a prick. I don't want to be an asshole. I don't want to be stuck up, whatever. But, like, Jesus Christ, dude, please. Stop talking. There's just, people who talk and say a lot, and they think they know what they're talking about, but, like, you can kind of just listen. George Carlin had a bit about this where he's like, you ever just listen to someone and you're like, oh yes, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, yeah, and then you're just like, oh, you're full of shit, you know what I mean? Like, they really do just be that way sometime, all the time, every day, with every person. If that makes sense. Does that make any sense? So, I don't know, man. You know? And that's alright. What's that one asshole, the philosopher dude who, like, lived in a pot or some shit? And he was always being stupid and dumb and idiotic and shit. Because other people were so stuck up and full of themselves. What's his name? Descartes? No, it's not that guy. Okay. Fuck me, I guess. I think he's the dude, that they did, Getting Over It. Like, the guy in the pot with the hammer, you know what I mean? It's that guy. I think he's the one who's like, he plucked a chicken and he's like, look, it's a man. And first of all, what a fucking asshole. You don't have to do that. But second of all, yeah. A featherless biped is just a man. What is a man? A featherless biped. Have at you. Something I'll say a lot is that all music is the same. And I think the main thing is just being reductive. Being reductive is fun. Being reductive can be useful. Because it gives you a purposefully ignorant view of something. And when you view something from an ignorant place, which is not like something people often do, and obviously if you're doing this in good faith. Oh jeez. Obviously you have to be doing it in good faith. You can't just be ignorant to be an asshole, right? But, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, oh no. Don't tell me it's cycled. Oh, stop. There's just, it's useful because you're looking at something from a different perspective, you know? Even if that perspective is someone who is oversimplifying something. Because sometimes, you know, like, it's just worth it to be like, you know what, yeah. You know? I should be able to just say that and that should make sense, but you know what, yeah. You know what, comma, yeah. It's just a mood. It's a tone, what is it, tone piece? Tone, whatever. Whatever.
There is a prisoner here that is vital to our operations. Search for the whole.
Sometimes it's useful to be reductive. Like with Monster Hunter, right? There's the whole use hammer, go bonk, right? Big damage, unga bunga. Obviously there's more to it than that. But sometimes, if you really think about it, is there more to it than that? You know? Really makes you think, right? And that's the point.
Find the captive as soon as you can. We don't have much time.
And I think, therefore, I am. There's this one lady on Instagram, and she makes like, I want to say it's like poetry or something. She basically like records herself and records stuff that she's doing throughout life, and she like puts them together and says some really like meaningful shit. But the thing about being meaningful, it's something that I've kind of only realized like, I don't know, kind of recently. Being meaningful is being realistic, being real, you know? It's not saying profound bullshit. It's not saying some high like philosophy garbage nonsense that's not realistic. Like, that's not what life is, you know? Like, you want to know what life is? I hate worrying about the future. Because all my fucking problems are based around the past. That hits hard because it's realistic, you know? If that makes any sense. If I'm saying anything that makes any sense at all. I hate when you call me late at night just to check in to make sure I've got nothing to be sad about. I mean, that part's not so realistic, but you know what I mean? Like, whatever. It's personal, and that's what makes it emotional. That's what makes it human. Oh, oof. Well. Nice. What was I saying? Profound. What's the other word I used? Oh, yeah. So she just records herself and she says stuff, and it's cool. I don't know. It's kind of sad. It's realistic. It's life, I guess. And the funny thing is, there's this one thing I saw and heard about was about photography. I'll bring this up now and then. Fucking thing. Oh great. Oh god. Do I get regular drops in this too? I'll say this now and again. Wow, what the fuck was I talking about? Oh, you can spend your. This is something I read a while ago. You can spend your whole life, go to school for photography, spend $1,000 on a camera, and wait like 3 months, 4 months, a year, etc., to get the perfect shot.
Find our target and bring them
And you know what, dude? Someone with a disposable fucking camera can take a picture in 2 seconds and it'll be better than what you make. And there's something about that that's fucking beautiful, dog. Yeah, it's a little sad. Yeah, it's a little reductive. Yeah, the person with $1,000 equipment and years of training is probably gonna be more consistent. But you don't need all of that. And I think that's fucking awesome, dude. You don't need much to do a lot of things. I think people don't really realize that. You don't need this program or that piece of equipment to start. I mean, I'm not one to really say that. I bought a fucking drawing tablet and I still don't have the time or energy, I guess, to practice. I've always wanted to learn how to draw. And again, taking my own advice, I would just pick up pen and paper and draw, but I guess there's more to it than that. But, you know, I mean, that's okay. I think passion is a very important part of it as well, because when I was starting out writing music, I was very passionate. I don't know if I've been more passionate about anything. But yeah, I didn't know how to use the program. I didn't know how to write music, but I just stuck with it. I kept doing it. Oh. I don't need this, but I'll take it. I stumbled through and struggled with the initial learning of using Guitar Pro and FL Studio because god damn it, I wanted to make music, and I wasn't going to be stopped by not knowing how the goddamn program worked, right? I think the same thing can be said about me in editing videos. The only thing that was keeping me back was that you can't really edit nothing. Like, you sure can, and people have, but I wanted to edit game footage. That's what I was sort of passionate about, I guess. And, oh! Oh! There's a lot of talk about, like, talent and skill. And, I think both are important. What the fuck is that? I mean, I know what that is, but why? But yeah, what was I saying? Passion is important. Oh, talent, right. Like, I would consider talent to be like, imagine you're a kid, right? You can probably do that. And
The relic has
you play a lot of soccer. A lot of soccer, right? You play the shit out of soccer, right? You're not necessarily professional level, but you just play a lot. So much so that you are really light on your feet and you're just really good with using your legs and your feet, right? And then you go and like start to learn how to dance, and people are like, "Wow, you're so talented." It's almost like there's a connection there, right? I don't know. That's just a theory. Get- oh my god! Give us another. Give us another. That's just a game theory. Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know. So, talent is good, but talent's not really something you're born with, right? In my opinion. I think talent is just something that you grow to have as you live life, and you'll gain and lose talents as you grow older. You know? And I don't think you should really ever let any of that hold you back. Or think that one is more or less important, because skill is something that you gain as you let passion push through the frustration, right? Because you kind of need that. You need the reason to keep going. Everyone needs a reason to keep going for one reason or another, in one way or another. Everyone needs that. And if you can be that to someone else, I mean, that's potentially a pretty cool thing. But yeah, um, I don't know. Like being an artist, talent definitely plays a role. It's definitely a lot easier to be passionate about something when you feel like you're good at it. And that initial, like, being good at something happens because of talent, I guess, right? And talent is something because of similar lived experiences that, you know, that makes sense. So,
escort mission complete. The hostage is safe now. Let's get out of here.
I think I have enough now, right? Maybe. Yeah. This is the one. I can feel it. This is the one. We're gonna get it. And we're gonna get the thing. And people are gonna be like, Pog ordered! Fucking, I got an onion ring! Inspiration is important. Talent's important. Passion is important. Skill is important.
There is a prison
Inspiration can spur
operations. Search for
the passion, or the interest rather. If you're not interested in something, why the fuck would you touch it? So, inspiration. I used to watch a lot of Game Grumps. I think Germa's great. Funny thing about Germa is I knew about him for a long time, but I didn't really care for him. He was just weird. He would always try to do stupid bits, and I guess, I don't know, as I got a bit older, I started to learn a bit more, or I understood it more.
time.
I don't know. I'm not really happy, but also I'm not really happy with my, like, humor style all the time. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm too stupid too often, if that makes sense. I need to get sillier,
Cracked open. Finish
if that
the
makes
mission and
sense.
find out what's inside.
soon.
Hold on, I have to bully this Gauss for choosing Gauss.
I need a weapon.
I feel like I've been inspired by Game Grumps and I guess by Germa, although Germa was kind of later. I've been inspired by the YouTube channels that I'm not really happy with. I think it's Octane Blue or something. Like, he made pseudo guides for Freedom Unite, but I don't know, man. They didn't really help me so much. The fuck do I need this?
The captive has been secured. You've done your
No, obviously there's like Silver Athlos, but again, like, I'm just not really. Those aren't like. Those aren't like, hey, here's a video to try to help you. To me, you know, those are more like, hey, here's a video of me doing really cool shit. You know, and that's enjoyable. That's fine to a certain point. But I'm also just annoyed by that shit. That makes sense. It's useful and it's cool to see what's possible, I guess, right? But it's also just boring. I just don't care, dude. I just don't care. Hey twos, Octane Blue not helpful confirmed. Look, like he'll start his video and be like, "Hey guys," or whatever the fuck, right? And then he'll be like, "Today we're gonna be fighting Kieran, and Kieran is weak to this or whatever." I mean, that's a bad example because Kieran's not really weak to any element, but you know what I mean? That's all well and good. That's cool, and that's great.
intel that somebody's
But in my experience, when I watch his shit, it's just like
capture them.
he doesn't really give much advice or recommendation beyond, well, actually at all, I think. He kind of just says like, "Hey, here's what we're going to be fighting." It's more of a let's play with like a little bit of info at the beginning, you know what I mean? And maybe it's just cuz I haven't watched enough or but yeah, I don't know. And don't man, when I was having trouble with Kieran, and let me tell you, I was having trouble with Kieran.
Point.
I would look up, "Hey, how do I fight Kieran with longsword?" And I would find that one video in the like Lost Tower or whatever the fuck, forgotten. I don't know what it's called. You know, the part of the tower that's like all foggy and shit. He was there in G rank with the G rank sword, and he would do the headlocking thing, and it's like I can't fucking do that. And you know what? I still can't fucking do that. Like, yeah, not helpful. Didn't help me. When I was having trouble with Plesioth, and let me tell you, I was having trouble with Plesioth. I would try to look up videos and shit, and it was just people rolling through the hip check, and like I can do that now, but that's not really helpful. I wouldn't recommend people do that, and I don't. I recommend people try it because it's a. Sorry, that was my computer. Also, my kilobits are shitting the bed because I'm on a wireless connection. Um, I recommend people do that and try it because it's fun. But I don't recommend people do it because it's effective, because you might as well, you should use like Gun Lance or Lance or something.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
Let me look up like Kazu. Is he gonna put me back in the squad? Okay. YouTube.com. MHFU. How to fight Kezu? Okay, well, the first video that comes up is mine, which I really appreciate. There's a video 13 years ago by Luis Valdez, 56 subs, 55,000 views. Easy way of killing the Kezu. And it looks like he's using light bowgun. Guess I could just show this, huh? And do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't want to use light bowgun. I don't actually know what bowgun he's using. Maybe he shows it here. Or... he just traps it and shoots it with flaming shots? It's a heavy bowgun. Right? No, it's a light bowgun, right? I don't use bowguns, alright? Yeah, I mean... so he cheeses it, basically. He gets up on the ledge and shoots it. Alright, I got another one there. Oh, there's another one there. So I guess I've succeeded in... Oh great, and then there's probably meme videos like this. When was it? 5 months ago. That's another thing I think about is like, I wonder how many people making videos I've like inspired or influenced, I guess, you know? Like, I could never know. But I just wonder. Like, indirectly even. Maybe people don't even know me. Yeah, this is not... But whatever. The main thing is, like, I wanted something... Basically what I did was like... Hey, here's fucking... Also, another thing is that there's just a lot of stuff, like the timestamps. Such a big thing for me. Whatever, there's the intro cutscene, and then there's Kezu attacks. We're going right into it. Like, this is a guide video, right? Like, this is me explaining the monster in as much detail as I kind of can. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's getting harder to do that as time goes on. I've got a lot less time on my hands, and yeah, it's just a lot. It's also hard to fact check everything by myself. I don't know everything about this game. And then here's a big thing that I really think is important. The equipment. Like, oh god. My stream dying again now. Whatever, just giving you an example of like, hey, you're at this point of the game. Here's some gear that you can use at this point of the game. I think that's such a big fucking thing. And like, there's so many videos that just don't do that. And that's so lame, dude. Resources a bit scarce too. Yeah. It's just the whole thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm happy with what I've done so far, and I'm excited to keep going. But, you know, I guess hopefully that explains like what I mean by like I was inspired by the lack of quality, I guess. The lack of watchability of some of these things. The lack of how useful they are as guides. And I'm not talking about like necessarily like an IGN guide where it's like 2 minutes long and it's like, hey guys, Kezu is a very difficult monster in Freedom Unite or whatever, you know what I mean? Where it's more of like an ad or like a... It's just a way to get clicks basically, because IGN and other like games journalists and shit like that, like they're not really helpful. Usually some websites are actually really useful. What's that one website? It's like game something or another. Is it like Game 66 or something? Game 8? Yeah, game8.co is surprisingly useful. I don't know what the fuck Game 8 is, but you know what I mean? Most of the time when I see something is on like IGN or whatever, I just skip that shit. Like there ain't no fucking way that's gonna be helpful to me. But I wanted it to be like if somebody saw it was something from me, by me, that there was something you're gonna get out of it, you know? That I was gonna be helpful, I guess. I don't know. And it's not even like I'm really too good at making guide videos. I don't know, I'm not really that great. And it's also funny to find myself in the niche of making guide content because it's like a lot of times, I mean, I have a lot of things set up and planned out to make guides for other shit because that's just who I am. I'm the guide dude, I guess, right? But I'm not really, like, making guides is not easy. I don't know. Like, I've thought about making Warframe guides, but people have already done that, first of all. And second of all, I don't really think I could add anything to what they're doing. The only reason I would be doing it was similar to Freedom Unite and some other stuff. Like, I would be doing it myself, and it would be my contribution, right? It would be my take on that. Oof. Oh, no, wow, Nova? Wait, oh, oof. Oh, Fullman! Let's go. Yeah,
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
well, I don't need the Fullman anymore. I wonder what relic that's from. Or the Fullman stock, rather. I just feel like, because my main goal was to make, like, funny videos, you know? Like, I could consistently do that. What I wanted to do was, like, stream, and then make stream compilations, right? That's just the goal of what I was gonna do. I instead found myself making guide videos for Freedom Unite because I was inspired to do so, and I, you know, through that inspiration, I kept going. You know, through it and all that, etc. But originally I was like, yeah, it'd be cool to do like Let's Plays and stuff and like stream and make compilations. And the reason I would want to make compilations is because while streaming is cool, I, for myself personally, never really sit through full streams. And I would much rather have an edited down compilation.
We received intel.
But yeah,
Somebody
me and my
used
friend,
operations is find them and capture them.
me and my friend before and some friend now. I'm not sure exactly who, but, or I know of who, but I don't know like how many, but they were like, yeah, we could do like Let's Play stuff. That could be kind of fun. And that'd be kind of neat, you know? We'll just have to see. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just hard.
Mission complete. The
And sometimes I'll see other people doing things and I'll just see myself in them. I'll be like, yeah, I'm glad that you're so excited to get started on this, but like, you should temper your expectations a bit, you know? Because, things aren't gonna work out like you think they will. And sometimes that's fine, sometimes that's good. You never know. You can't know. You know what's funny? Here's a bit of deep lore, I guess. I have a character for the YouTube world building called Lucky. He's a cat, and he's lucky. And I've decided recently that he's not actually particularly, like, uncannily lucky or whatever. More so, he's good at, like, finding the natural luck and, like, taking advantage of it, if that makes sense. And something that's kind of funny is, like, I don't know. I've been saying it to myself as a bit of a joke, but, oh! Let's go. The phrase, "is this good fortune," is something he says. And because you can't know. So it's a useful question to ask yourself, you know? Is this good fortune? Even if it's not good
excellent work.
initially,
Interrogate the captive
you know?
back at base.
Where's the luck here?
Tenno.
Can I still use it, you know? Because some things you just don't know, you can't tell. Maybe being fired is the best thing that'll ever happen to you in your entire fucking life, dog. Don't know. In the moment, it's hard to tell. It's even impossible, and it's not really your fault not being able to see it, but... And I'm not here to say, like, hey, be an optimist, right? But... luck is a important component to success. One that's underrated for sure. People always like to say, like, oh, it wasn't luck, it was all skill, it's all me, baby. And I mean, yeah, it was all you. Because you used the luck that you had. Because you were lucky enough. And then you took advantage of that luck. Of course, it was you. Who else did it? Nobody else did it. It was you, dog. You, homie. You, bruh. You, dude. You and luck.
Here to find
You've got to be there for the luck to happen.
extraction point. Happy hunting.
And if you're there enough times, and if you're actually making an effort, the luck will happen. And you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to take it. And that'll be one success under your belt. And every success makes the next one easier. Some people are lucky
The captive has been escorted
to have a lot of successes, you know? Some people have a ton of confidence because of all these successes. And so they're at ease, we'll say, when adversity strikes. They're able to keep cool. What is that? These guys being shitties. Oh, nice. This motherfucker's a Twitch streamer? This guy's streaming on Twitch? Dog. Sorry, that's just fucking nasty, dude. Honestly though, like, I would never put TTV in my fucking name. Unless it was like a joke or a bit. Oh, Pog. Oh, I didn't need to go for that one. Whatever.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Oh, where'd my momentum go? Diogenes? How the fuck do you pronounce this, dude?
Diogenes.
Diogenes?
Diogenes.
Diogenes. Anyway. Diogenes. That's me. And, you may think it's a bit toxic. That's fair. That's totally fair, because Diogenes is a fucking prick. Asshole. He's a dick. Anyway. Just, when I was younger, I used to, I don't know, I didn't want to change people, but I wanted to show them that they were being a bit silly, you know? That they should mellow out a bit. And so I would try to kind of like... I would be them.
Excellent work.
I would be them,
Captive back
but like more extreme.
done here, Tenno.
And I understand that that's a dick move and like idiotic. But from there, I sort of transitioned into more just being an idiot for the sake of it. To show people that side of it, if that makes any sense. I don't know, man. Why do people like clowns? But yeah. People should just mellow out. Humility is very important. We are all smelly, horrible sacks of meat and fluid. Just awful things. You know?
We received
We all had no say in any of this whatsoever.
and capture them.
It fucking sucks, dog. The most we can do is, you know, the least we can do is make the most of it, rather. And we don't have to do it alone. Just a duck with anxiety? Dog. That's me. Motherfucker's got the sign on his fucking head that says, I'm you and you are me. What's that one line?
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission
Nice.
and we'll take a look inside.
You are not me. Me, I am possibly me plus everything that is not me, or something like that. It's from Das Racist. They're great. I'm at the White Castle. I don't see you here, dog. Tiny ass hamburgers, tiny ass cheeseburgers, tiny ass chicken sandwiches. It's outlandish, kid. I'm like trying to talk to the kid. It's Spanish, kid. He's like, "¿Qué tú quieres?" And I'm like, "Where is the bathroom? I hella gotta piss. Where's the bathroom?" Ask not for whom the bell tolls for. Hey yo, where'd you get this place from? The Hellhole store? I'm in the building with Belding. Etc. You couldn't spot me like a Cuban playing hockey. Watch me, watch me. The second hand couldn't even clock me. I think it might be kind of fun to do like VTuber shit. And by VTuber shit, I mean like karaoke maybe. I do like singing. I don't think I'm very good. I'd like to take lessons. I'd like to take dancing lessons too. Isn't dancing just posing? This is what I'm talking about with being reductive. Is not dancing just posing and moving between the poses? Hell, isn't that what animation is? That's literally what animation is, right? Right? Like that's exactly what animation is. Just making your characters do poses. So basically JoJo is the highest of art forms. That's kind of just what I'm saying. But yeah, I don't know, dude. Sometimes I would see like some girls or whatever trying to learn like dances and shit. And now it's me. I'm the stupid fucking girls trying to learn dances and shit. Cause I don't know how to dance, dude. I don't know what my body movements is. And it's awful. I think grace
Excellent work.
is important.
Interrogate the captive back at
Being
base.
graceful.
Your part is done here, Tenno.
I learned a while ago that slow is smooth and smooth is fast. It's from one of my videos. Somebody made a comment that they really appreciated that. I don't know if people know that what that means or where that's from. I don't know where it's from, but I heard it in the kitchen when I was working in a kitchen in a catering business. I was told, hey, slow is smooth and smooth is fast, so I just relate it to kitchen workers, even though that may not be where it's from initially.
Open the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
But yeah, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. It's better to work slowly with intent than it is to work quickly with sporadic and oh, nice. And you know, nonsensical movements. And that's where grace comes in. Sheesh. And that's where JoJo comes in.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive.
People should move their bodies more.
Is done here, Tenno.
You know what I mean? People are just on autopilot and it sucks to see. Like, I don't know, man. Does that make any sense? People just go about their lives. Like, did you know that this is your life? That you're just going about so casually? Like an Aya, great. It sucks, dude. If I could, I'd be doing something about that. Maybe they can't. That's fair. It sucks. Maybe we should be working together to fix that. People just be out here, you know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? When people are in the grocery store, like, what are they doing? You know what I mean? What are they doing? What do they want? You know?
You are here on
And why are they doing this instead?
find, capture, and extract our target.
If somebody is shopping, if someone's buying produce because they want to go home and cook because they love to cook, that makes me fucking happy. Do it. Live your best life because, well, I don't want to get controversial, but this is a threat. Live your best life. Because let me tell you, were it up to me, I wouldn't be working at a fucking bakery, dog. This ain't where I want to die. You know what I mean? Sometimes people should ask themselves, where do you want to die? I know we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to think about it.
That's it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Finish your
But,
mission and we'll take a look inside.
you know? It just sucks.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here.
I see people who are like upset and frustrated and shit, you know? And I try to help them because I don't want them to be frustrated. Nobody should be that way. I try to help them as best as I can. Shit, sometimes I'll be working and I'll be like, dude, I am working too fucking hard. And I don't even mean that to like humble brag, like I legit, like I should not be working this hard. What am I getting out of working in this shitty place, right? I'm not being paid enough. Straight up, full stop. There's a period at the end of that. I'm just not being paid enough for this shit. And the fucked up thing is, this is a union job? Who the fuck is the union for? Because it sure ain't me. I will criticize the shit out of that. And don't get me wrong, I like unions. Hell, I like co-ops. I'm not someone who says, oh, well, unions are bad, because that's dumb. That's fucking stupid talk. That's brainless talk. But dude, whatever the fuck this is supposed to be, it is not a union. It's not great. It's not helping me. It's not for me. But it should be. Anyway. I like the people I work with. I found a while ago that really that's the main reason I go to work is because the people I work with are fun. They're cool people. They're good people, I think. I don't know. But it sure ain't for the paycheck because that shit ain't enough. I can hardly survive on the paycheck I get. That's fucked up. And the only reason I talk about money, like ever really, is because it's a problem. I fucking hate money, dude. Money sucks. To some people, money is great because they have it. Because it's, for them, money is, it's a path to getting other shit. To some people, they like working for their money because they get enough of it. Or because they enjoy their work enough. Or because their work isn't strenuous enough for them to hate their work. But my brain doesn't work like everyone else's. My brain can't stop thinking. It can't stop thinking about the now that I'm wasting. It can't stop thinking about the future that I'll be losing. It can't stop thinking about the past that I've lost. About how I really would not rather be doing this than a lot of other things. And, you know, yeah, you can't always have fun. I get it. You know, it's childish to think that. But let me ask you, is it really?
The captive has been escorted to the extraction.
Because every second of our life is being spent doing something. So why the fuck is it work? Not only work, but specifically work that I don't give a shit about, dude. I don't get anything from this. So it's the people, you know? The people are who I care about.
That's it.
Because I can't not care about people.
Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Even sometimes when I maybe shouldn't. I think I got that from my mom. Passion is important, you know? I'm just not quite passionate about my job. Hey Nutgamer, how's it going? How are you? I hope you're doing great. I turned the ads down, so it should be, let me double check. I think it's like you get like 30 seconds of ads every 30 minutes. So hopefully that's a lot less fucking annoying. And like full disclosure, I get less like ad split when I do that, but I don't fucking care, dude. I straight up literally would rather have no ads on my stream. But, you know.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate
It's what
the
it's.
captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
I think we should all be able to work in jobs that we find value in. And I know that there is some work that people just, like, nobody would really in their right mind ever want to do. I'm sure there are some people out there who love plumbing. And you know what? I know there are. And I'm sure there are even some people who love walking around in knee-high shit. You know what I mean? For their job, I mean. But I'm gonna say at least 99% of the population probably fucking don't. And yeah, I know that there are too many jobs for not enough people. Well, there's too many jobs and not enough people want to do them. Somebody has to do it. So why the fuck aren't those shitty jobs that nobody wants to do paying more? And don't get me wrong, like, supply and demand, I know, I get it. Capitalism fucking blows ass. It's the worst fucking thing. It's not whether or not someone likes to do something. And that's not ever a consideration, and it should be. Anyways, if the jobs are ones that people don't fucking want to do, then give us less hours with more money so we can do things that we want to do. We can spend our life in meaningful ways. I don't know, dog. Like, that's what I would do. Nice. We should have more people working less hours for more pay. Because that's the path to good humanity. You know? Unless, of course, it's a job that someone loves doing. And there are people out there with jobs that they love doing. For one reason or another. In that case, I mean, they should still be paid more. But at the very least, they're living their life. And that's not really something that can be said for everyone. Because some people, you know, they have like 2 jobs or 3 jobs or whatever, and they spend most of their time just working. And then when they finally have like enough money and time, then, you know, it's like a day and it's gone. Can I get another fucking reactant, please? Thank you.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
We should also be okay with like not doing anything, you know? And like, I think we could be more okay with not doing anything if more of our time was spent doing things we wanted. I don't know.
Job well executed.
Nice. Got another W3. It's just a whole thing. I think a lot of people think like, or they get the wrong idea. It's not like people like me or whatever like don't want to work. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to work. You know what I want to work on? I want to work on fucking music, dude. Cause that's where my heart is. You know? Will we get the Wisp Prime chassis? Find out next time on Dragon's Ball Pay. Something I remember, what's his name, Ross Donovan or some shit from Game Grumps. He looks so different now, dude. He looks older. And I hate that. Is it Ross O'Donovan? I don't know, he's like Australian or something, right? Anyway, yeah, he was talking once. I think it was, I don't know if it was a stream, but he was talking with some other animators and talking about growing up and like, you know, finding their place as animators and shit. And they would talk about like Newgrounds and shit, right? They would talk about joining communities of artists and animators and shit. And this was a while ago. I remember listening to that and hearing it and like watching it or whatever. And it's just like, well, what the fuck, man? What about music? And so I tried to join music communities. And, well, it didn't work out. You know? Like, if I was an artist or an animator or something, I don't know, I feel like I could, I don't know. I feel like I could share it with people and they would see it and be like, that's very cool. Good job, keep up the good work. But with music, it feels so much more like, oh, this is your new song? Why the fuck are you trying to self-promote yourself? And it's like, dude, I'm not, I just want to share my shit with other people and have them tell me that it's bad or good and tell me, hey, maybe try this or that, you know? I made posts on fucking FL Studio subreddit. And I got some comments, but like, I I don't know. I never felt really like it was a community. I don't know. It felt like it was more judgmental than anything else. Like, felt like everyone was like, I don't know. You know? It just sucks. Like, where was the community supposed to be when I was younger? I just feel like they were lucky, I guess. Like Chris O'Neill and Aaron Hansen, you know, Ego Raptor, Oni and G, Ross. All these people, they're all so fucking lucky, dude. And like, good on them. And I'm happy for their success. But like, it just sucks. And I know that, like, you know, there's success stories. I'm sure there are plenty of people like them who never made it or whatever, but I don't know. It just sucked. It sucks. Newgrounds easy, yeah. I never used Newgrounds that much. Oh! We got it. I never used Newgrounds much.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
I don't know. I just feel like there's not really a place for musicians. I remember a long time ago, I made a song I wanted to share with people, I guess, or I don't know. What happened was I think I found this place. It was just like a group of people, I think musicians, I think, and they were just taking turns playing music, right? On like their own music or just whatever. I don't remember how I got there. Maybe it was through Reddit or something. I don't know. And basically, you stay in the queue long enough, and then you can choose a song to play, right? And then you get sent back to the end of the queue. I was in there for like an hour or two, dude. Had a bunch of porn, yeah. Anyway, I was in there for like an hour or something, man. And you know what? I wanted to play my song, so I did. And they said it was too long, and so they skipped it. So I played another song that wasn't mine. And then I left. That was my fucking experience trying to find a musician community to like help grow and support itself, I guess. And that fucking blows ass, dude. That sucks. Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Come on. Why? Ugh. Um, what is it? Tenno tool? Tenno zone? Yeah, Tenno zone. It sucks, man. Meso. What? Meso. Disruption, of course. A. Okay. Oh, right, there's Ukko as well. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I think it was like a 6-minute song or something.
We received
I tried many times, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I tried multiple times and in different ways to try to find like some sort of music community so I could like, I don't know, make friends and I don't know, do something, learn something, improve myself. And I couldn't fucking find it. And I don't know, same thing with like, I guess I never looked for like venues and like music stuff like that. But like I didn't really have transportation or money, so you know. Who knows what could have happened, what might have been. But it just sucks, dude. Where the fuck, like, what, even now, what are you supposed to do? Like, I don't know. There was a website called Compose, Kompoz. Is it still a thing? Yeah, it is. Music collaboration platform. Looks a lot different now than it used to. Don't think it's very popular, but yeah. I wrote a song, uploaded it there. I don't know, tried to get people to collaborate on it, to like record instruments or something. I don't know.
You are here to find our
But
target.
like, I don't know, who wants to do that?
Happy hunting.
It's just rough, I guess. So now what I do with music is it's just a personal thing. I write the music,
Your part is
I upload it, I post it in my little Discord thing. That's not really what I'm known for. People don't. Jesus Christ. Thank you. You know, yeah, I post it there. I thought I said Among Us, so I thought that's why it did that. Because I have a thing that, like, it listens to what I'm saying, and if I say Among Us, then it should, like, trigger something. I don't know. Or maybe it doesn't work. That's not what I need. Amogus. But yeah, you know, I mean, I've got a lot of music in me still. I've not had a lot of inspiration lately, but, you know, I'd like to still get back to it eventually.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
Oh yeah, the people I wanted to be in a band with in high school, it didn't really work out. But their group didn't work out either, so. But they got to play shows, at least one, so that's really cool. You want to know what happened?
Escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
One day they kind of like pulled me aside and said, "Hey, so we're kind of kicking you out of the band." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "You know, it's just it works better this way, you know." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, it's cool." And they said, if I still wanted to help out, like I don't know, with something else or whatever in the band, then I totally could. And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, that'd be cool." And you know, I didn't. Nice, I got a K6. Because I didn't want to help out on something else, dude. I wanted to make fucking music. But yeah, this is the whole thing. But they broke up later on anyways. I only know one of them is like working in a gas station or something. And like that sucks. I hope they're doing okay. And then the second group I was with, which also broke up, except that one dude that I worked for 10 years with. Yeah, they just kind of split apart. That's alright. Oh my god. I need traces. What Meso Fisher is up right now? Interception! Great! Let's do Neo. But yeah. I'm glad the YouTube is going well, you know? I wish I could be doing more.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
There's a lot. Oh, whoops, I'm still in solo. There's a lot holding me back from a lot of things, and it just sucks because it makes me think, you know, all this time now that I could be doing something, it's all just being wasted. It's going nowhere. It's nothing. All of this is nothing, as this is just nothing, as Zachary Hadel would say. Hmm. Anyway.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here.
Oof.
That's it.
I'm still playing Star Rail.
Finish your mission and
I don't know if I'm losing interest or not, but I just haven't been playing as much as I used to though. Not focused enough on like the dailies like I used to or whatever. Wasn't there another thing? I think there's another like fucking gotcha game. Oh, well, it's not really gotcha, but oh nice, I need that. Monster Hunter Now looks kind of neat. Looking forward to that. I think I'll be able to get
mission complete.
early access to it.
Extraction point. Well done.
Play some Nikki. Is that the one with the big asses? The shooting game? No. I have a bunch of games like installed. Let me check. Not on my phone, it's on my computer. Dude, mobile gaming is such a shit show, dude. There's some pretty good games on mobile, surprisingly. But it's such a fucking shit show, dog. Let me see if my computer fucking explodes trying to run BlueStacks. I have Aethergazer, which okay. I have Aethergazer, which is fine. I've stopped playing it, but it's pretty cool. I have what? I did. BlueStacks is hitting the bed. Holy shit. Yeah, BlueStacks is like pretty intensive, honestly. Wow. Nice. I can't. Okay, it's just fucked up. I literally just want to go to the main page. I've also been wanting to try out Honkai Impact 3rd again after Star Rail. I tried it before, but it was just kind of whatever. It was kind of boring. I'm not a huge fan, believe it or not, of gacha games. I really don't like them. But there is some enjoyment to be had, and I'm just like, well, I'm here for the enjoyment until I get bored. And I just kind of play them until I get bored. Wow, I think BlueStacks actually doesn't work. Incredible. Whatever. I have a handful of games like I want to try out eventually. I just haven't. Because I know once I start playing, because it's a fucking gacha game, they're gonna give me like a bunch of time limited stuff, and I don't want to have to be juggling like, 4 different things. So go figure, if you didn't have time limited bullshit, then I would try out your stupid gacha game more. Crazy. Did I get enough Tracy's? Nikkei is on the list though, if that's how you pronounce it. Speaking of big asses, let me get this wisp. Y'all ever seen Wisp? Wisp got the booty. Tell you what. Damn it. It's a fun low commitment type of thing. Yeah. It seems kind of neat. I mean, you shoot stuff, right? That's like the game. So that seems kind of cool. The jiggly bits help too. It's just funny because like I feel like I'm not gonna be looking at the character much, right? Like if it's a shooting game. I should have joined in when the Chainsaw Man thing was happening. I don't know if you can get those anymore. One thing I hate about gacha, and just in general, I don't like... Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't like time-gated, time-limited shit, like fear of missing out type shit, you know what I mean? Like, hello? It just sucks. Okay. Alright. Yeah, special banner can't get them anymore. That's dumb. I hate that stuff. Like, I get it because it's like an event thing and it's literally not their own things. But it also just sucks. Like, if I ran a game and I was like, hey, could we have like a crossover event thing? And they were like, yeah, sure, cool. I'd be like, okay, but like, how long can we have this like running? And they don't say like indefinitely, then I'll be like, never mind. Like, I don't wanna do that to my players. Believe it or not, the person who has played video games for a good majority of his stupid fucking shitty life feels like other people who do the same should, shouldn't be treated like shit. Messing with our feelings and shit, dog. That's literally, it's so funny to think about that shit. I hate it. The reason gacha games have good animations, well, some of them, like the Hoyoverse games specifically, the reason they have good animations, the reason they have good storytelling, good characters, etc., good graphics, the reason all of this is just to make like a fuck ton of money. The only reason they put effort into this shit is because they know that people will get attached to these characters. And it sucks to think about. Like, I'm happy that like this got made, and it does feel like there is some passion here, but I cannot help but think like, yeah, but the only reason you did this was to like influence people to buy. And it's like, I don't know, man. I just hate viewing shit from the lens of making money. It sucks, man. I don't care. It sucks. I just want people to enjoy life. Is that so hard? Yeah, the creators of are gacha weebs as well. Yeah, I can honestly see that. I don't know, dude. Straight up though, like the Hoyoverse, the MiHoYo, they do seem like they, by comparison, they seem like they actually care, if that makes sense. Or at the very least, they have enough of a shit to give to make sure that things work properly and that, like, you know, the standard for quality is very high. It's crazy. Like, you can't really compare most gacha games to MiHoYo games because they're just so good. And it's honestly kind of staggering. Because I was playing Aether Gazer, right? It's my first, like, besides Raid, I guess. Even Raid's a fucking shit show compared to any... Even Impact Third, I think, is way better than Raid. Anyway, yeah, playing Aether Gazer, it's not a bad game, really. I mean, some of it's actually pretty cool. And, like, the characters are kind of fun. But wow, the quality difference between Aether Gazers and Star Rail or something is just so vast. It's crazy. They're different types of games, but like the quality is noticeably different. And I can't help but appreciate that, I guess. And part of why I feel like these other games are just not like as good is because they feel like they don't have to be, right? Like
The data you have collected here today will go a long way.
even Dislight, like Dislight is pretty high quality, but like it just feels like they don't give a shit enough. Or maybe that's just because I don't like how you can't move around. It's just menus and then you enter the game and then you go back to menus. That sucks. I've never liked that. Even Impact Third does that. It feels like that's like the template, right? Like you start in a menu, there's a bunch of different shit, you go through menus and then you go into gameplay, you do the gameplay, you go back into the menus. At least with Genshin and Star Rail, you actually go into the world and like interact with it and shit. And there's something about that that is much better. It's so much different. We didn't get the thing, y'all. It's fine. Oh, I did get the wisp thing though, right? Yes, sir. I also got something else. No. Oh. I don't remember. That's fine. No, no. I meant to do it solo.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
Gaming. So yeah, now that G-Rank Fatalis video is out, God, that month went by fast. Now that the G-Rank Fatalis video is out, I don't have any more content, like, ready. I've been trying to fight Royal Ludroth. It's weird, so we have Rathian, that's the urgent, Great Roggy, which I've already done, Baroth, Lagambi, and Royal Ludroth. And with Royal Ludroth, Lagambi, and Baroth, I'm trying to think, like, well, which one of these is, like, which one would I recommend first? And honestly, I don't know. I guess Royal Ludroth is somewhat less annoying, as long as you keep in mind a couple of things. So I'm starting with Royal Ludroth, and then you can use its gear to fight Baroth. So that's what I'm doing. So Royal Ludroth into Baroth into Lagambi. Lagambi I can just imagine being really tricky for newer players. And then Rathian. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. It's so hard. You know what's funny? When I used to make Freedom Unite videos, back when I had a lot of time, I wasn't working at the time. It's a long story. I had so much time, and like, oftentimes I would like stop uploading, or I would like re-render something just to make sure that it was right, because like I felt kind of perfectionist, I guess. And I don't know, nowadays I don't feel like I have that luxury, you know? I just can't. Let's try Sedna. Kappa.
Operator, incoming transmission. It's from Fortuna.
Allied V's selling the latest in asset security. Conduits. Put the key in and you can pull the shinies out. Trick is, you've got to wait to open. Something happens to the conduit before you can pull the goods. You don't get the goods. Ever. Also, the bleeders Allied sold the tech to will try to kill you. Give that console the old bypass so we can get this thing started. This isn't your regular bolt job. Allied V sold the conduits with interference routines specifically designed for the Tenno. Things might get a little weird. Conduit keys are carried by high-ranking muckety mucks. Knock them down, see what they've got. First key. Right, find a matching conduit. Demo units looking to depart this mortal coil and take you with it. Keep it clear of that conduit. Demo unit Don't let them near the conduit.
Something I'd really like to stream, and just to play in general again, is Guitar Hero.
Demo unit's on its way.
I feel like it might be a little fun to watch me play that. Maybe, I don't know. I'm pretty good at it. I'm not like extremely good. I don't really know if I'm extremely good at anything really. But I'm pretty good. Oh, I'm fucking this up so bad. I'm not supposed to be defending. Oh well, whatever. I'll just I'll just let him let him take that one.
Kiss the conduit goodbye.
I would like to play Clone Hero. I don't have the controller though. I have a Rock Band controller, but I don't like the Rock Band controller. And getting a fucking Guitar Hero controller is so goddamn hard, dude. It just sucks, man. Like a good one. Why the fuck doesn't Activision or something just sell the Guitar Hero controller with USB? Please, dude, I will buy one day one. Make it like 60 bucks. I don't fucking care, dude. Just give me one.
To pay Maru a small fortune in rations.
Sucks, man. Why is life gotta be like this?
Wakey, wakey. Here we go.
I made a custom chart for one of my songs. I would play more of my music, I guess even on stream and shit, but like it doesn't sound good. It's not presentable. Also, my Guitar Pro is like fucked. I need to get a new version or something. I want to buy Guitar Pro. It's like $60 or something, or 80 or something, but I can't. I just cannot justify the expense right now. It sucks. I hate feeling that, you know.
Demo unit coming in fast. That thing bows and you can kiss the conduit goodbye. Demo units looking to depart this mortal coil and take you with it. Keep it clear of that conduit.
I also need a second monitor. Streaming with one monitor is really annoying. And as far as I can tell, streaming with two at least would be way better. I could read chat over there, I could pull up other shit, I could monitor things without having to alt tab. Yada yada, etc, etc.
Demo unit incoming. Don't let them near the conduit.
I did it again. I'm not supposed to be defending this many. The way this mode works is weird. You can target farm things by just not defending all of the conduits. I accidentally messed up, so now I'm gonna get a Neo relic,
It's on its way.
but I should be getting a Meso relic because that's what I'm trying to get. I hate that fucking flashbang when you pull up the tab menu. Like, why does that need to be there? Croissant.
Right. They're back. And they're well pissed off.
Yeah, the only way to fail this objective is to just not defend any of them. But as soon as you defend one, you can just fuck off, do anything you want. Particularly if you want rotation A, which is what I want. Rotation A is defend one. Where the fuck? Okay. Now I'm just trying to find more keys. This guy will have one. It's fucked up though. One time I left a conduit,
There'll be another round here.
and the Demolist is supposed to run straight for it and blow it up, right? I left a conduit because I wanted it to be exploded, to be destroyed. And I just ran away, and I don't know how, but the Demolist got stuck or something and didn't actually destroy it. So that's cool. I like when the game breaks its own rules just to fuck with me. I'd like to get back to playing through games on stream one time. I was doing that for a bit.
Conduit down. Look. Mumsy may have placed you believing
Like,
important
I played through like Half-Life 2 and Doom Eternal, Doom 64, Doom 2016. That was a good time. Doom 3. I wanted to do Doom 1, but I never got around to it. I think playing through Deus Ex would be fun. Specifically like Human Revolution, but also the Deus Ex 1's really good. Or Mankind Divided specifically. Human Revolution's fine, but it's not so great. Not as good as Mankind Divided in my opinion.
Eyes open, sunshine. Here we go.
You're making waves, Dream. I can see.
demos away from that conduit.
Yeah, I don't really know what to talk about anymore. Gonna be real. I am hungry. Oh Jesus. I tried to play through 3 games that I rage quit on. Minecraft, believe it or not. Terraria, believe it or not. And Dark Souls, believe it or not. In Dark Souls, I only fucking got angry because I was playing in a way different than normal. I should have just played it normally. But I figured I'd try something new. And I wouldn't recommend that. There are just some weapons that are fucking dog shit. And you probably shouldn't be using. But there's also just like matchups, I guess, to consider. Which kind of sucks. A game like Dark Souls is at its worst when you need a specific equipment to do things, because like
Find another one.
upgrading stuff, how did I complete one? Whatever. Upgrading stuff is not an easy ask in Dark Souls, especially if you don't know how the fuck to upgrade, like where to get upgrade materials.
Still, we've
It's just rough, dude.
reward. What do you reckon?
You can kind of break down Dark Souls into like different challenges, and then like the areas around them as like farming grounds, and farming in Dark Souls is boring as shit.
Signal returns.
It is awful. It's not good. So the less farming you do in a game like Dark Souls, the better. I think there's a couple of ways around that too. If you want to design your game like this, where you want your players to experiment and shit, right? But there's a you need to upgrade your gear to make it good enough. Either make the scaling not that important beyond, like necessary required stats, or make the resources required to upgrade shit really easy to come by past a certain point. Because if you make materials to upgrade like something you can buy, which is what they do in Dark Souls, that's great. But if you make them too expensive, it's just not great. At a certain point, people are gonna find a way to like farm stuff, I guess. And that's fine. But if you don't want your characters to be like over leveled with like mid gear, I guess. Basically, like Dark Souls is more about like what you bring to a fight necessarily, like than like what your build is, kind of. I don't know, man. There's some flaws with Dark Souls and like the Souls formula, and I don't know if people talk about them enough. There are situations in which the game is at its best, and I think it needs to capitalize on those situations more often than not. And I don't think it really does enough to encourage the player into those situations. I know that part of the game is sort of not hand-holding, and there is some enjoyment to be found in that lack of hand-holding and that sort of floaty game design of like not really being too sure where to go and like kind of trial and error, feeling your way out. That's cool, past a certain point. But there's a lot of frustration that's just unnecessary and not really important to the, in my opinion, like, game design. I wish making games wasn't so hard. A lot of game ideas for things. And I'd be fine with having it be playable. But I'm not smart. I'm getting Neo relics now. Right, I need to leave. Oops. Forgot about that. Ugh. Yeah, this sucks.
We got as much as we're getting, hotshot. We are a vapor trail. Safety's on. We kicked a clam car. Here we go.
A lot of the dialogue in Warframe leaves a lot to be desired. It's just not good. It's annoying. Anyways. 1:22. I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? Oh, it's a Parazon being held like a staff. Whoa. What? Huh? Do they know about that? Anyway. Warframe's a cool game. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, I think. Still working on Monster Hunter stuff. I've got a lot planned, a lot of things that I'd like to get to, but I just don't really have the time or energy or resources right now. But if you've watched, if you are here now, thank you for watching. If you're watching in the future on the stream archive channel, which should be listed below in Twitch. Speaking of which, if you if you look below, there should be links to my Twitter, YouTube, and Discord if you'd like to follow me there or join us. It should also be the YouTube channel with stream archives. Yeah, there's a lot I'd like to do, but right now I think I'm good. I'm done for now. So, thanks for hanging out. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.